GM. So, today what I want to talk about is actually Ninfoniel. And why is that? It's because Ninfoniel actually helps you clear most of the content. And we know that the 2x or the 4x now is coming. And if you can get Ninfoniel, I want to show you guys how I built her, how I think about her, and how you can use her to help you progress later on in thresholds and stuff like that. Okay? So, let's take a look at her in the archive, where she is, max skill. Right here. And so, as we can see, we all know that Ninfoniel is pretty fast, right? 122 speed is, the decent support speed, I want to say, okay? For healers and stuff like that. So, the most important part about her is that she gives a 2-turn attack up, a 1-turn immunity, and a 2-turn Rhyme Bloom, equal to 25% of her max HP, which is 20% if you don't have this max skill, right? And so, this duration effects increase 1 turn. And one thing I want to make you guys, aware of is that Ninfoniel always targets your DPS. Okay, so if you're playing a 1 DPS comp, you can definitely use Ninfoniel on auto. Because your DPS is going to get a 3-turn attack buff, 2-turn immunity, and a 3-turn Rhyme Bloom. Which helps him survive a lot longer, right? And that is the most important part about her. She gives 80% attack increase. That's a lot of damage, okay? If you were already clearing stuff, now you are melting stuff. That's basically it, okay? And you can see you just need, 2 tofus into her just to get that 40% attack boost. You don't really need the 25% max HP just yet. So she is quite tofu friendly, I want to say, okay? The second part here is nice, especially when you play into Wrangle. This equalization plus healing is very, very good for you. Even if you don't have this skilled up, it still heals you a good amount because you're equalizing anyway. Then you're getting a little bit more top buff for all your units. So you are definitely surviving, right? And the last one here is basically a rest up for 2 turns. Nothing burger. Don't worry about it. The only time you will invest into this is to actually get her speed. Okay, which you will be doing later on when you're in RTA, okay? Because she in RTA turns aggro into a very, very, very strong archetype if you draft her well, okay? So, what you want to do here is you just want to put 2 tofus, you want to get 20% max HP, and then you want to get the 40% attack boost. That's all you really need to make her function in dungeons, okay? Because that's what I use, right? Don't worry about this, just get all your basic prowesses. That's all I would recommend, okay? Because take a look at my one now. Alright, let's go back to mine. So, my one is only level 25. I'm passively leveling her up. And you can see that I have 2 tofus into her, just to get the 40% attack boost, the 20% shield, and, just some HP, because it's based off her max HP. You might as well get it. Nothing here, and nothing here. Eventually, I will get the speed here when I'm, going to be speed tuning for RTA, and, I don't want to be so, what do you call it? So harsh on my gearing, right? Because 15% speed alleviates a lot of pieces for me to give me that certain threshold. And so, this is what I have on her, okay? About 296 speed, okay? 39k HP and some defense. All you really care about is the speed here because Ninfoniel just needs to put her buffs up. You don't really have to care anything else. 39k HP will survive most PvE stuff, right? And for the shot, I'm using Codex. Okay, you can see this, just surge HP and insight. Nothing special, nothing crazy. And the idea here is you have to be able to learn how to speed tune your units. This is super important even in PvP. Okay, PvE is important, PvP is equally important. And the one that you have to remember is your push with Lily. If you're ever going to be using Lily with her, that is the most important speed tune on how much she pushes, because my one is only a 20%, 25% on the twin trick, the push. And so I have to tune my DPS, which is mostly going to be Yelly, right? to be slow enough that when she pushes, she is still behind Ninfoniel, so that she gets all the buffs from Ninfoniel before she goes in. Okay, and so I will just show you a run, okay, on all the PvE stuff, so that you can take a look and see how it works for me. Okay, so we'll start with the biggest fish, all right, or the elephant in the room, which is Rango. Okay, so we'll start a run here. Let it load. And you can see this is the team that I'm using right now. Okay, Lily, Yelly, Kloss, and Ninfoniel. And the only thing that I changed it from what I was already doing was changing out Valerian into Ninfoniel. And then now my clears are 10 seconds faster. I was already clearing it just fine, but now I'm clearing it faster. That's what Ninfoniel does for you. And if you have not cleared anything, now you can clear it. Okay? So, without further ado, we are going to take a look at how this run is going to play out. Ready? Let's go. And what I want you guys to pay attention here is the speed tuning on how I treat my team here. Because if the speed tuning is wrong, it doesn't work. Okay? Then I'm putting it up again one more time, get all the damage in. I'm dropping the hack in this time, and then I'm going back in. Okay, and now we get a little bit of the heal here. And that's it. That's basically the run. 56 seconds. Okay? So, that is the Rangokutsu run. Alright? And the one that she excels the most in, okay? She basically can work in most of the stuff. She can even work it in Nico Nana. Okay, so if you guys are still stuck in Nico Nana for the newer players, and you get Ninfoniel, you can definitely use her. Okay, so I'm gonna go in here, I'm gonna live show you how I would build her. Okay, so all you have to do is just take her out. Okay, take this one out. And then put in Ninfoniel. Right? And you can see that I'm using the thing in this team here. Okay? So, let's take a look if the speed tuning is right here. Because I have the speed tuning about the same as what I had with Yelly, as you can see. Right? They're about the same. Maybe a little bit slower on this one, but that's okay. Okay? Besides that, this is using the same gear as the one that I did in Rango. Nothing changed. All that changed is that I just swapped in Ninfoniel into this team here. Okay, so let's take a look at how this run is going to play out. In 3, 2, 1, let's go in. We'll put up Rhyme Bloom, attack buff. And then now we're going in. See, now the immunity, I would have been stunned there. But now I'm alive. I'm up and kicking, right? That's why Ninfoniel is so good. Because of the immunity. Now we're putting that back up one more time. And then we'll just nuke. There we go, done. Okay, 30 seconds. And that's how you use Ninfoniel in PvE. Alright, your speed tune has to always be to go first before the DPS. A lot of people get that wrong. They will use Lily in the wrong way. If you want to make Lily super fast, you just have to pay about that speed tuning. If not, you make Lily slow enough that when she pushes, she'll always push the DPS, and then you're good. Okay? The other one, which is Thresholds, is mainly for Aurora. Now you can see that this is my Aurora team. I'm gonna go in. Okay? Alright, and I'm gonna hit the preset. Use this. Okay, so that everyone gets their gear and get equipped and ready. You can see that I'm using this team, and this team is already clearing it just fine. Alright, Yelly is my defense breaker and my damage dealer, so she does two things in once. Alright, you need Linglore on Supernova, no matter what, you can see my what do you call this? My Supernova is not great, but you need the Supernova for, you know, the extra healing to get rid of the curse shield. Ninfoniel, still the same one, never changed, right? And then we have Viper here. Okay, so the tuning here, all right, you can see that my Viper is on, you know, Lighthouse. So just in case, you know, I get hit pretty damn hard on the Viper, I get to push up so that he cheats the turn meter and then he can strip. Okay, 196 effect accuracy should be enough. All right, so I want you to pay attention to what the sequencing looks like. All right, let's go. Put that up again. Now we're gonna reset Yeli. Okay. Everyone doesn't need to have the thing cleared. As long as Yeli's one is cleared, that's all good. Alright, the curse shield. Because that's where most of the damage is gonna come from. And she's dead. And there you go. 1 minute clear. That is basically the team. Okay? Once you can clear Rango, this is where, you know, a lot of people are gonna be, you know, stuck on, or they will be farming a lot of. So this is what Ninfoniel can do for you. And why am I showing you guys a PvE showcase? It's because if you cannot clear PvE, you can't do PvP. You need the gear for PvP. Agree? And so Ninfoniel makes your life easier. And this is why you should be pulling for Ninfoniel and putting 2 tofus into her. Like it or not, pay the tax. Alright? But that is the guide. I'm not going to be showing you any PvP showcase because we still have a lot of things that we need to figure out with Ninfoniel, how the team drafting is supposed to look like. But the idea is the same, okay? The execution needs to be worked on later on, which I will showcase later, don't worry. Okay? But this is how you use Ninfoniel. Get your gears, the 2x's, the 4x's coming, go for that. Okay? But that's it, guys. If you find value in this video, make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Catch you guys in the next one.